What's happening, family? It's MirrorCheck.Podcast coming to you guys with another fire episode. But before we get into this episode, can you do us a favor? Please visit our website, www.checkyourmirror.com. Once again, www.checkyourmirror.com. We have some amazing products and services available for you guys on our website. And if you want to join the family, please go subscribe. You'll actually receive a special promotional offer code via email or text message, depending on your preference. If you just go ahead and subscribe and join the family. We have some amazing products and services on our website. We have this place called Motivational Corner. So if you're going through something throughout the week and you need a pick-me-up, visit our Motivational Corner. We have some great videos on there. They'll help inspire you. They'll help motivate you throughout the week. Also, if you ever thought about starting your own podcast, look no further. MirrorCheck.Podcast, we're here to help. You'll be able to rent out our podcast equipment. All you have to do is just visit our website and schedule a time and date to rent out the podcast equipment. When you subscribe to our website, you will receive newsletters letting you know what MirrorCheck is working on. Also, you'll be invited to special events hosted by us, as well as early access to product releases. Our podcast is streaming on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, Transistor.fm, YouTube, and now on iHeartRadio and also Pandora. Look at God. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, MirrorCheck Podcast, and follow us on Instagram, MirrorCheck Podcast, TikTok, and Twitter, MirrorCheck_. Remember, if it's always someone else's fault, your mirror's dirty. Time to check your mirror. Hey, friends and family, this your boy Ishmael. I want to welcome you to our podcast called MirrorCheck. I got my brother here with me.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Willie Beeman in the building, man. How you feeling, Ishmael? How you feeling?
Man, I'm blessed by the best, man. How you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing good, feeling good, man. I'm just excited to be able to start this podcast with you, man, entitled Mirror Check, man, where we're going to be sharing with you guys, our listeners, our audience, when it comes to self-awareness, when it comes to self-accountability, self-healing, and just different types of topics, relationships. Because at the end of the day, I'm knowing that in order for you to thrive and grow and flourish and all God has called you to be, you got to have a healthy group of people, man, in your corner to be able to move forward in your calling and in your purpose. And so kind of share with the listeners, man, and those that are going to be tuning in on this journey with us, kind of share with them how you came up with this concept called Mirror Check.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I would say, what, 2016, bro. I was just at home and, laying around, and it just hit me, as I was looking in the mirror, and I was just basically self-reflecting, and I saw how I would always, put on a suit and go out in public and put on a front, act like I was good, and I wasn't, I had to be real with myself.
The key is to be honest with yourself. We have to be honest with ourselves before we do anything.
Thank you for that, DJ Khaled.
DJ Khaled.
You're 100% real, man. We do have to be honest with ourselves. We have to be real with ourselves. So this is my moment. I had to be real with who I was. And like I said, I wasn't happy with the person I was. I wasn't out doing, crazy things.
Right.
That. It's just like I was always depressed. I was always sad. That's when I really started gaining weight like crazy, because the depression, the stress, and all this other stuff, and I would just go out and like put on a front, like I said, and seemed like I was something I wasn't, that, and then I had to take the time to really learn to love myself, and even before I even learned to love myself, I had to learn to love God.
Yes, sir.
But at the same time, I ain't gonna lie, that's the hardest thing to do. How can you love something, that's not physically in front of you?
That you can't see.
Yeah, that's like, it's real hard. So it took me a while to learn how to do that. By learning to love somebody, you have to learn, you have to study. You have to learn that person.
Yeah.
You have to learn the person's characteristics, or that the individual, whoever, you have to learn their characteristics. You have to take the time to, in private, you have to, just read and study and just grow and just talk to that person and just continue to just build relationship with that person. That's how you end up start to actually love somebody, just spending quality time with them.
It's almost like, man, being in class, being a student, the teacher's ability to teach you what you need to know, but it's your job as a student to be able to internalize those things and grow and flourish, not just throwing those things aside, well, I get to this later, I get to that later, but actually internalizing, studying, and putting the work in. So it's the same thing, man, like you were saying in a relationship.
Yeah, it's like you said, the teachers give you the tools. You just got to dig in it and actually apply it to yourself.
Yes, sir.
And actually surround yourself with people that's trying to do the same thing, because you got to have somebody that's going to hold you accountable along in your journey. You know what I'm saying? So that's the reason why that Mirror Check came to me. Like I said, it started off as a book.
Right.
So during this podcast, I'll probably read off some stuff that I actually wrote. It actually started off as a book that I was going to share with my wife whenever I meet her.
Right.
It talks about my struggles, how I overcame my struggles on my journey to find her. So, I wanted to present that to her as, part of our marriage. So I feel like, you want to know who I am along the way.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? So, if something were to happen to me, you can always go back and be like, I remember him trying to pursue me just based off what he wrote. I feel like I already have a relationship with him. He's still here with me, even though he's not here, physically.
Exactly.
So that's how I'm looking at it, man. And I'm just glad that I'm able to, share it with you. Like I said, I called you up, bro, and you didn't hesitate to say, yes, let's do it. So I do appreciate you, being here with me and here for the long ride, bro. So let's make it happen. Let's make some magic, man.
You know it, man. We've been knowing each other for quite some time, man. I'm just grateful, man, that God allowed us to realign, reconnect, man. Because at the end of the day, man, life happens. You get older, things change, and so you want to be able to allow yourself to do what God has called you to do. But in that, you do need a healthy group of people in your corner, man, to thrive and grow and flourish. And so I'm grateful that you even reached out to me, man, allow us to come together and pursue this podcast journey together and just be a voice, for our community, be a voice for the men, be a voice for our listeners, be a voice for the community, man, and serve in any capacity that he wants us to serve in. And so, man, it's going to be an exciting journey. Definitely, the people going to definitely be excited to be able to hear your journey as far as you starting this as a book, and then the guy, kind of pouring it into you, turning it into a podcast. Yeah. And so, man, it's definitely going to be an exciting journey. So just to kind of, I guess, give them a little feedback of who you are. What are some hobbies, man? What are some things that you like to do?
I'm gonna let you know I'm a nerd, just straight up. So my hobbies is, I'm not even gonna lie, I love building computers. If you in my house, you'll see all this stuff over here. I'm over here building something. I'll sit here and do some programming. You see all these computer screens and all that other stuff. We got computer screens all in over there. I like programming, so I write in different languages, C#, C++, and so forth. So I do that. Another hobby of mine is I actually love to collect guns now.
Hey, you gotta stay strapped, baby.
I got some of those.
Gotta stay strapped.
And so I met this guy. His name is Alex, and he actually turned me on to actually collecting watches now. He got all different types of Audemars and Rolexes and everything. And this dude's like 23 years old, bro. And he owns his own. So he owns a coffee shop out in Keller. So he's been owning that since he was like 18. So his mom started it, and then she ended up giving it to him.
Wow.
So he's been making a lot of money. So he's put me on into the Rolexes and Audemars. So that will really become another hobby, because now I can be able to collect watches and kind of resell them, for higher value, because the price of Rolex has actually increased, and the resale value. So I mean, you can make some pretty good coins on that, man.
Okay.
So that's my hobby, man, and I just like being around family. I'm a family person. Yeah. What about you? What's some hobbies of yours, man?
For me, one of my main hobbies that most people know since I've been a younger man was dancing. Dancing is definitely one of my main hobbies, man. For me, man, it's just therapeutic. It's almost like a stress reliever, man. Everybody has their own stress relievers, whether it's reading a book, whether it's taking a walk, whether it's exercising. But for me, man, my God-given gift, man, is dancing, whether it's, on the spiritual side or whether it's on the natural, secular side, man. God has given me that gift and that ability on both sides, man. And so, that's something I love to do, man, on my own leisure. Another hobby of mine, man, is definitely basketball. I'm not the greatest.
Oh yeah.
I just love to hoop, man, and
get to hoop all the time too, man. We need to get back to that.
You know it, man. So basketball is another hobby of mine. Been able to break a good sweat, man, and enjoy that fellowship with the fellas, man, and just having fun playing the game. That's something I did growing up, playing pee wee basketball, playing sports in general, as a youngin'. And so those are two of my main hobbies, and then one that I'm getting ready to, I guess, gear up on, kind of like with you, collecting the watches. Yeah. Another hobby of mine, collecting hats.
Oh, yeah.
I know you see me coming here all the time having a hat on, whether we're out and about in public having a hat on. And so that's definitely something, part of my thing now is collecting hats, man. And so be on the lookout as well. MirrorCast will be launching merch, and so you're definitely going to see a lot of me wearing our own merch hats and stuff like that. And so, yeah, man, those probably my top three, man. Been able to dance, play basketball, and collect hats.
So I got a question. So since you're married, what are y'all hobbies together? Like, what are y'all like doing together?
One of our main hobbies, I would probably say, really just sitting down and having conversation and just eating some good food.
Yeah. She be throwing down.
Yeah, Tamika.
She be throwing down. Ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, Tamika know how to. She's definitely a cook, man. Somebody I can learn from when it comes to cooking. Now that we have different schedules now, so just eating a good meal and just fellowshipping, man, and laughing. Watching some comedy together. Just having that quality time, like you were saying, with family. Yeah. When it comes to relationships, so that's one of our biggest things. One of the things we used to do. We first, in the beginning of our relationship, was going out into the movies, or even shooting pool. And so definitely want to get back to those things. But that's probably the main thing, is just sitting down and having quality time, communication, and eating some good food.
So since you mentioned movies, what's like your number one movie of all time?
Ooh, that's a hard one, man. Number one movie of all time? Oh, man. Does it matter what genre or just in general?
Just your movie.
Oh, man. If I'm going to stay in the sports arena, it's probably going to be 6 Man.
Okay.
6 Man. That's one of my favorites, man, with Kadeem Hardison and Marlon Wayans. Definitely a dope movie. Has, some funny moments, has some serious moments, has some moments sad you want to cry, some sad moments. So just a mixture of different emotions, but that's probably one of my favorites, man, that I can watch over and over. 6 Man.
So I ain't gonna lie to you. My favorite movie, I like to laugh, bro. So it's like 1A and 1B for me. Is 1A is Harlem Nights. Because I love like comedy, and it had like all the comedians. It had Red Fox, man. Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy, Charlie Murphy. It had Tommy from Martin.
Yeah,
it had everybody in there. It had Arsenio Hall. It had everybody in there. And I mean, I just love to laugh. And
that's a classic.
I would say I'm kind of weird, but this is kind of my favorite movie too. I would sit there and watch it, and people scared of this movie and they refuse to watch it alone. But I like The Exorcist.
That's different.
I really love The Exorcist.
So what makes that one of your favorite movies? Considering it's against, I guess, some of the stuff that we believe in as believers.
What makes it my favorite movie is because like it can happen in real life.
True.
Like this stuff can happen in real life.
True.
And at first when I was watching as a kid, I used to be afraid. But as I got older, it's parts in the movie to me that's just funny to me. Like when she was doing the stuff with the cross, stabbing herself. That was funny to me. At the same time, it's like, hey, that's kind of psychotic. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. It was funny. Like, and then like when Demi, he was running around the track. It was like the fastest lap I've ever seen. Like this dude literally ran around the whole track within like 15 seconds. I know it was, they did cuts and all this other stuff to get him to run around the track, but how they made it is like he ran a whole entire lap for like 15 seconds. I'm like, really? And then like one scene is when his mother was going down the subway and stuff like that, and he saw flashes of the devil face when she was going down the subway. That was a real scary moment right there because it would flash up the devil face and all this stuff. So, it had the scary moments, but at the same time, like I would look for ways to just try to make myself laugh, and so I can actually truly enjoy the movie. I feel like if there's no laughing scenes in a movie you really can't, it's hard to kind of enjoy it.
Yeah, it's true.
So the laughing part made me remember the movie. You know what I'm saying? Like I can sit there and watch a movie all day, and if I didn't laugh one time, ask me some questions about the movie, an hour later, I'm like, bro, I don't remember.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So it just seems like just me laughing, bro. Like
kind of go back. You talking about comedy movies? Probably one of my favorite comedy movies is probably what's the movie, man, with Bernie Mac and Samuel Jackson? Soul Man.
There we go. Okay,
that is probably one of my favorite comedy movies, man.
Rest in peace, Bernie.
Rest in peace, Bernie, man. He's probably one of my top 5 comedians. But you talking about comedy? You want to get a real good laugh? That's another comedy movie, man, that'll have you laughing through the entire movie, man.
Yeah. Real
one of my favorite scenes, man, when it was him and Samuel Jackson in the casket with John Legend. He dead and they choking him.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, I was dying. But yeah, that's definitely one of my.
Yeah, Bernie Mac, man. We the world's missing a great one, man. A great talent, man. The world's missing a great talent, man. Definitely a top 5 comedian.
Most definitely.
All time.
Definitely in my top 5. So to kind of piggyback, I know we're talking about hobbies. So what made you get into, I guess, the computer world and building and stuff like that? What sparked that interest?
So growing up, I've always had an interest in computers. Like I remember when we was growing up, I used to live right across the street from my high school, and my grandfather got his first computer, and it just from that point it just like turned me on to computers, man. It's just like. He go in, he didn't know what he was doing and stuff like that. The days that we had AOL, we had to get a sign on. You had to have your phone connected to it. It was slow internet. He didn't know what he was doing. So right. I learned to slowly master the computer. And in school, at middle school and stuff like that, they finally allowed us to, you go to the library and use a computer and stuff like that. So I actually started getting more into computers, and then going to the more building side of the computers, it started hitting me like, I would say, during college. And then my grandfather had a friend named Roy who built computers, and that really like just turned me on to just like building computers. So I eventually taught myself how to build them, and so yeah, that's what I do, man. And I love it, bro. I love it. It's like it's so many different pieces, and to make your computer run more efficient and more powerful and everything like that. It can get priced. It can be really pricey, but it's fun just learning about compatibility, learning about what different functions of different processors or RAM or whatever, what is actually the function of it to allow the computer to run.
That's good.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like it's something that you can learn every day. It's always different types of equipment out there to actually, like I said, improve your quality of your computer. So it's fun, bro. Put it like that. It's fun.
Okay. So would you say that's something that's, I guess, like a stress reliever or therapeutic for you when it comes to building and putting things together?
For sure. Like I said, if you over here, like if you go in one of my closets in my house, you'll see all different computer parts. Like I literally just been taking away. I buy a cheap computer and I just look at the parts. Like, oh no, that's not good. That's not good. And then I go on the website to see what's compatible to make that computer run more efficient.
That's good.
So I do that all the time, bro. So yeah, that's my stress reliever right there. It's real therapeutic to me.
Okay, so what would you say, I guess, is the top brand right now when it comes to computers? Or what would you recommend for the listeners to have?
I ain't off bat, Apple by far.
Apple.
Now, if you want to go with PC, I would just say get like the Microsoft Surface. Those are real good computers. If you're not afraid of computers built in China, Lenovo is a good brand.
Okay.
And then also you want to probably look into what's the name of the brand? Stay away from Chromecast computers. The Google computers, it's not worth your money. It's a reason why they're $200 and $400, and it's not worth the money. But yeah, stay away from that one. But whenever I think of the other brand, I'll let you know. It's just not on my mind right now. Yeah, it'll hit me. It'll hit me, man. It'll hit me. So yeah, man. We're just giving y'all a little bit about a little bit of our hobbies and stuff like that. So I do have a real personal question. What are some of your goals, like within 2 to 5 years, short-term goals?
Short-term goals, I would definitely like to, probably within the next 2 to 5 years, definitely be a homeowner.
Oh yeah.
Me and my wife being a homeowner, man. These apartments is it's getting a little crazy, and especially having your own privacy, your own space, and having to deal with, loud and obnoxious neighbors, and it's crazy in the apartment. But I mean, I'm grateful. Still got a roof over my head. Still doing what I have to do. But within that goal range, definitely want to be a homeowner, man, where I can be able to call it my own, be there for a while, and
God is able.
And then hopefully pass it down, from legacy to legacy, from generation to generation. Something that we can build from the ground up, man. Something that we can enjoy and be proud of. And so that's definitely one of my main goals. On top of that, probably being full-time, entrepreneur. In that sense, in the businesses that God has called me in, of course, with what we're doing, and me being in financial services, being able to build that business of mine as well. And so, probably like two of my main ones is just being a homeowner, man, and flourishing in the entrepreneurship space. So, what would be, I guess, some of your goals in that 2 to 5 year span?
So, I literally have me a 2 to 5 year plan, bro. In that 2 to 5 years, I would love to meet the woman God has for me.
Oh, yes, sir.
In that 2 to 5 years. So if you know anything about me, I haven't been in relationships. I haven't been in a relationship since I was like 18, and I'm about to be 33. So hey, I didn't date any in my 20s.
Yeah. He ain't lying, y'all. He's telling the truth.
So yeah, so I know when I get back in a relationship, it's gonna be a learning curve for me.
Right.
So since I didn't do anything in my 20s. But of course, meeting the woman God has for me within this 2 to 5 year plan. Also, I started my own company. It's called Holloway Investment Group. So this podcast is actually part of it.
Yes, sir.
So podcast is going to be a part of it.
Yes,
I have some other ventures that I can't talk about. I got to be careful about sharing my vision with other people.
Most definitely.
So that's one of the things. I got a few other things that I'm working on. Shout out to Chris Hendricks. We got something working.
My boy. Shout out to Chris South Hill.
Yes, sir. We got something working. So stay on the lookout for that. Also, like I said, I do a lot of coding, so I eventually want to release an app. I'm not going to give you much detail about it, but it's going to be life changing for especially business owners. It's going to be very life changing for that. So I say within the 2 to 5 year range, and then I really want to get like multiple houses so I can do Airbnb, bro.
Oh yeah, that's that industry is a game changer.
Yeah, so I had a friend that I went to college with. His name Rob Abasolo. We went to UT together. He was a freshman. I was a sophomore when I met him.
Right.
If one thing about me, I actually was in a Christian fraternity, Beta Upsilon Chi. So Bucks, we used to call them Brothers Under Christ. So it was a Christian fraternity. So no, I didn't do the ones that be doing all the stepping. And I ain't do I ain't do all that. No disrespect to them. You know what I'm saying? I just wasn't fit for that. That wasn't a fit for me.
Right.
So he actually is in an Airbnb. He's actually a millionaire now.
Wow.
So yeah, he actually, I think he live out there in LA now. I know he has a house also in Tennessee. So he's actually a millionaire just by, he building his properties. I think he said he has like over 15. So he Airbnb it out. He make like $25,000 a month. And that's after all the expenses that he still have like $25,000.
Man, that's still a great profit.
So I'm like, man, I can. That's not even a lot of people in today's world. With $7.25 an hour, they don't even make that $25,000. So he's making that in 1 month. That is crazy.
That is crazy.
So
that's a game changer.
I eventually want to get into that. I used to have me an Airbnb out there in Grapevine, but with me trying to do too much, I just didn't have enough time. And then I really learned about automation, so you don't have to worry about it. You just spend like 1 or 2 hours a week just making sure you got everything set. See, me, I was actually spending more time trying to get everything in order. Then on top of that, trying to take care of what I had to take care of. On top of that, working, and I just didn't have the time.
Yeah.
So shout out to Brandon too, Brandon Agent.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying? We gonna get over there too. We gonna get it at Airbnb. Hey, if you need a trainer, get at Brandon Agent, man. Get at him.
Get at him.
He's cold, man. He's cold. He'll get you right. But so where do you see yourself like long term? What at the end, like you want children or?
That's definitely a big one for us, man. Definitely long term. One of our long term goals is bad to have multiple children. We're shooting for at least 2, man. At least 2. But if God do, yeah, if God do more, then hey, but we want to have at least 2, man. Boy and a girl.
Sure.
It's 2 boys, 2 girls. We don't matter, but we just believe in God for 2.
Yes, sir.
So kind of had some health challenges within this past year and a half, but you know, I've seen my wife, man, persevere. I've seen her resilience. I've seen her strength. You know, I've seen her power in getting through those health challenges, and so. It's gonna happen, man. Just moving in faith. The word tells that the just shall live by faith.
Yes, sir.
And so that's what we standing on, man. But we definitely want children, man, and to go alongside having that beautiful home, and being entrepreneurs in that space, and moving forward in life, building a legacy for my family. Passing generational wealth down to my kids so that they can carry the baton once we're no longer here. So.
Oh yeah. So it's gonna be some little P5s and all that, huh?
Yeah, she really ain't with the P5. I mean, we talked about it. I think she want to cut it off at me because most people don't know that I am the 4th. Our middle name is P4. P stands for Perry, and 4th stands for basically the 4th generation of Willie. And so, it's definitely 4 generations when it comes to that first name. But my wife, she's like,
we gonna stop it right
We're
here.
gonna stop it at 4 and see what the Lord do with the names. Nah, man, that's definitely something that we really want to have, man, is have children.
The crazy thing is, you say it's for Willie Perry's. The crazy thing is, in my family, Ishmael's, I lost count, bro. So
how many Ishmael? I never knew this. I never knew this.
So I have my great grandfather, my grandfather, my uncle. Then it was me. Then it was my cousin. My brother's middle name is Ishmael, not his first name. Then we got my other cousin, my other cousin, my other cousin. So it's like 9 of us, but out of the 9, let's see. Well, I'm counting my brother in there, so let me take out that. So 7 of them have the same first and last name.
Wow.
And they don't have any middle names. So when we all go out to a family function, they can't say Ishmael. Everybody turn around. So they literally got to say our nicknames. And I got some weird nicknames. And I ain't gonna lie, I hate them. One of them is Boo, Boom, Da Boom, Sweetie. Like my sister always called me. For years, she been calling me Sweetie. I got an aunt that called me Google because she said I'm full of information. I'm always studying something to educate myself.
Yes, sir.
Call me Google. I got so many nicknames. It's ridiculous. Like when I was in high school, we had me and my 2 cousins. Of course, like I said, our name's Ishmael, so they had to call me Big Ish. The other one was Ish that hoop, and then the other one was a little Ish. Like that's the only way they can really tell us. Like, okay, this is Ishmael. This is the older one. This is the bigger one. This is the one in the 12th grade. This is the one with the 10th grade, and this is the freshman. That's the only way they can actually differentiate. However you say it, I can't even speak right now, but that's the only way they can actually notice us or could tell. Or like if they say, "Hey, Ishmael," I mean Big Ishmael. That's the only way they can really talk to us, bro.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's
y'all.
crazy.
This is my first time learning. I never knew this is this many Ishmaels. I've been knowing him since the 8th grade, man.
Hey, but I look like. But I'm gonna tell you right now, it's not just 9. It's other Ishmaels in my family, but they spell their name differently.
Different, right?
So, and that last name is like Ashford. So it's like I think it's like 2 or 3 more of those. So altogether, Ishmael is probably like 12 in my whole entire family.
Wow.
So, whenever I have a kid, I don't know if I'm gonna make him a Deuce, a Junior. I don't know. I mean, I would love to carry the name, my legacy, my name. Right. If God blesses me with a son, you know what I'm saying. But if not, it's a blessing either way it goes.
True. So is that something that's a part of your long-term goals when it comes to you having that future wife? Are you desired and have kids as well?
Oh yeah. Like you, I wouldn't mind 2. If she want more than 2, you gotta get on your knees and pray to God and tell him to make a miracle, baby, because we gonna cut it short. At 2, we done. We done. Nah, I mean, if me and my wife, we on the same page, and we'll talk about it. If she want more than 2, I'd be willing to give it to her. But
right.
At the present time, 2 is the magic number for me, man.
Yeah.
I can't exceed that right now. I ain't good for that. Not right now.
Yeah, 2 is definitely the number for us. So kind of piggyback, going back, I know you were talking about different things that you want to accomplish, long-term goals and different business endeavors. I know you mentioned the word vision. And so when I think of the word vision, if you go back to the story of Joseph, when God gave him the dream and, he shared it with his brothers, mind you that his brothers hated him, based on what God had shared with him. And later on down the road, as you read the remainder of the story and the latter part of it, the same brothers that hate him was the same people that he had to be a blessing to.
Correct.
And helping in that long term. So what do you see when it comes to vision? How you think vision, how important it is?
So that's crazy that you mentioned that, because that's the reason why I don't share my vision with anybody. Because if you know the story that, like you said, Joseph shared his vision that God gave him with his brothers, and his brothers hated him. And so he went through a lot of stuff. He went from being sold, being lied on, basically saying a beast devoured him, and then he just went through a whole bunch of stuff.
Right.
He was sold out, like I said, into slavery and everything like this. So he went through a lot of things, and even through his struggle, I wouldn't even necessarily say a struggle. God still showed him favor. Even through it. You know what I'm saying? So, so the reason why I don't want to share my vision, bro, is the same. Like I said, the same thing, but I just rather the vision speak for itself.
True.
Like in the Bible, it tells us to write down the vision, make it
plain upon tablets.
Yes, sir. So that's me. I wrote it down, and certain people that I can see, be a part of the vision, I'll speak to them about it.
Right.
Because then I know that I'll speak to them first. I'll pray about it, and then say, "Hey, let me tell you about this. Let me tell you about this." So far, everybody that I was been speaking about the vision, hey, when we meet, when we gonna do this, they stand on top of me about getting it done, because they can see the vision too.
Yes,
so you got to align yourself with people that can see the same thing.
The same vision.
That's very important, even in a marriage, man. Like you got to have a vision of where you want to go, not only just physically, spiritually, financially, just any lead, whatever out there, any of those, ALs or whatever. You have to have somebody that share the same vision, because, as a man, we can have the vision, but a woman is the one that's going to actually push us through the vision. It's going to actually produce something out of that vision. So it's very important.
Facts.
When relationship-wise, you have somebody who can not only just see that vision, but also push you to become great and actually push you to make that vision a reality.
Makes sense.
So I can't wait for that day when I actually get my wife. So yeah. So man. Let's just prepare y'all for episode 2. So what we can do, we're just gonna let y'all know about episode 2. We're gonna talk about we're gonna have a segment called Mirror Moment, where we're gonna talk about our trials and tribulations, how we overcame them, basically to what made us to the person that we are today.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna give y'all a little insight on that. Just hope y'all stay tuned on that. Any other last comments or anything that you want?
Oh man, I'm just excited about this journey, man. I appreciate you guys tuning in on our first episode. Just kind of give you guys a little feedback of who we are, but like you were saying, definitely going in depth when it comes to episode 2, sharing our mirror moments, sharing our struggles, sharing some things that we had to endure and go through, and God allowed us to, grow and become stronger in it. So definitely excited, man, for you guys to tune in for episode 2.
All righty, man.
Thank y'all for tuning into another episode of MirrorCheck Podcast. Every Wednesday at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time, we will release new content. Again, every Wednesday, 12 p.m. Central Standard Time, we will release new content on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, Deezer, Transistor.fm, also on YouTube. Yes, YouTube, we will have video from now on. And also, we'll actually launch the audio on our website, www.checkyourmirror.com. While you're there, subscribe to our website. You will receive a special offer in your email if you go ahead and subscribe to our website. We also have this special place called our Motivational Corner. If you're going through something throughout the week and you just need to be picked up, be encouraged. We all need to be encouraged along this journey. So we created this thing called Motivational Corner. Go check us out. Go look at some videos. Go get motivated. Get your mind right. Finish the week strong. Let's get it. And we always leave you with this. If it's always someone else's fault, check your mirror. Your mirror's dirty. So what I want you to do is look at that person in the mirror, take self-inventory, and also take self-accountability. It's time to just look at your flaws, accept your flaws, turn them to greatness. Alrighty, y'all be blessed.